Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Aliens Fireteam Elite. This is episode 10, in which we are nearly done with the game as we push deeper into Katanga to find the squad that went before us. However, there has been the first post-release content update for this game. They've started their Season 1 content by adding a new loadout kit, the Phalanx, which is shield-based. I guess the idea is that they have a shield that they deploy most of the time. So, I'm not sure how useful this is. It really depends on if the shield blocks melee damage or only bullets. Because obviously there aren't a lot of enemies that use bullets. Also, they can use the CQC weapon in one hand no matter what it is. So, you know, here is the double barrel shotgun. I tried this out. I played the first mission again on Intense, and this thing is actually pretty good. I was one-shotting runners with this. I like that he somehow reloads it with just his thumb. But yeah, so this is the new class they added. You can kind of shock stuff that gets up close, so he's kind of the tanky one that, you know, you try to support. They've also added a couple new guns. I think all of them are available from the store.
Hey, if you happen to acquire one of those, is it legal? I mean, if it's illegal,
it seems like they haven't added any
but if
new...
it's legal, I'll need you to file requisition form 1348 or 1348 Mike. You can grab those off ShipNet.
I forgot what I was just saying. Oh, they haven't added any more cosmetics, even though the season pass is supposed to be cosmetic only, so I'm guessing those will pop up throughout the season. So the new weapons they have is the N79 EVA laser, which I think is supposed to be based off of the laser pistols from the original movie that you never see on screen, except for in the director's cut, where there's one close-up shot of Kane holding it when he's looking at the eggs. But yeah, they kind of created these and then cut them for most of the shots they would have been used. But this is not the same one. I think it's called an RX-5 or something like that is what they named it, but this is basically that with the scope on top removed. And it's supposed to be like a laser pistol. So it sounds like this kind of charges up. I'm not really sure how this works. Also, for some reason, all of the new guns they've added are almost 10,000 credits to buy. They're like double the cost of any other gun, even though I don't think actually they're better. There's also the Type 88 heavy assault rifle. That's a Weyland-Yutani, but it might actually be interesting. I like, you know, punchier assault rifles over faster, weaker damage. They added a new sniper rifle, and they added the minigun. Minigun looks like it might be fun. But, yeah, those are the new weapons. We'll maybe get a chance to try those at some point. I gotta grind for credits. But we're not going to try out Phalanx here, because obviously it's not leveled, so it's not going to be great to go into one of the last missions with that. We're going to go back to Demolisher. I'm going to use the smart gun. Also, you might notice that all of my weapons are now max level. Apparently, there was a bug with the launch version where all of the weapons were basically having the effects of the upgrades applied, even if you didn't level them up. Like, they were having all of these bonuses no matter what, making all of the weapons stronger than they actually were by default. So they fixed that, now they level up properly, but apparently they decided that everybody who already had the game before that would get to keep everything at max level, which is a little lame, actually, because, you know, now I don't have a reason to use different guns to level them up. But yeah, so let's get in here. We don't have any intel or anything, so we're just going to go into Mission 2.
We are now officially on search and rescue. Blue team made it through Katanga's last security since, but once they reached the Xeno hive, they dropped out of radio contact. You're going in to find them.
Oh, the recommended combat rating is 650 for this. Oh, I'm on Intense, that's why. Yeah, I'm not going to find anybody for that. Whoops. Hold on. Set it to standard. 450 is a lot more manageable. It's hard to tell how much harder Intense was, because I was definitely taking a lot more damage, but I got matched into a very laggy lobby,
now
so...
officially on search and rescue. Blue team made it through Katanga's last
I can't tell how much
since,
of that is just bad ping.
Once they reached the Xeno hive, they dropped out of radio contact. You're going in to find them.
I do think the 3-player co-op is... Oh, well, okay, he used the one I was going to use. I was going to say, I do think the 3-player co-op is definitely hurting the matchmaking. But I think I've talked enough times about how I don't like the matchmaking in this.
To the left, you can see the bulkhead wall. My view's great, though.
So we're heading in deeper into the nesty area. I figure we're not going to see the queen in this one. Because, you know, the last mission is like regicide, so that's probably where we see the queen.
Look, flares on the deck. Follow them. Molina's blue fire team passed this way.
But I did enjoy the kind of hive-y areas in AVP2.
They could come from any direction. So, be paranoid. If you see something, shoot something.
Ready to go.
Oh, right. I'm not using gunner. I was going to throw a grenade. Okay, so he's playing tech. This is definitely going to fuck something up. I'm going to turn the resolution... Oh. If we get a break here, I'm going to turn the resolution scaling down. Because it's at like 135% right now. We'll turn this down to like 110. That's a little smoother. It's like most of the time this game doesn't seem very demanding, but then in here, I guess all the fog in the air is fucking with the frame rate. Oh, that's intel.
Intel over here.
Also, we haven't used the smart gun since it
on the deck.
didn't have any upgrades. It's actually pretty good now. Very accurate. It kind of stays on target.
Corporal Dillahay.
Oh, eggs.
Rubber tags.
Grabbing ammo.
Apparently grabbing her tags is going to piss off the Xenomorphs.
Grabbing ammo.
There, just looking around for...
Still two out there.
Looking around for a crate. Alright, bye. Also, it turns out even on Intense, there's only very light friendly fire, so you don't have to worry too much about shooting your team. Alright, out of ammo.
the army.
Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound.
Might as well patch up.
It's here.
Aid kit's here.
Alright. Nope. Funny thing is, those facehugger eggs are never very quick to open, so most of the time the reason people get attacked is because they very slowly walk up to it and stick their face in it. The Xenomorph life cycle is very much dependent on curiosity and a lack of self-preservation instinct. Nothing tucked away over here.
Busy little creatures.
Honestly, I wish that this area was less non-overgrown, especially because they've been here for years. You'd think this would be like completely hive. That must be the Queen Chamber.
New signal. Watch its attacks.
New signal.
Sentry deployed.
Oh, Crusher. Yeah, so the bullets from the front kind of ping off of its head. Get a good look at this. Oh, if I back up. Perfect. If you want to get a shot like that, you kind of have to just stop moving for a second, and then the camera will let you pan all the way around. Okay, that's just a spawn point. So this is like one of the reactors for the station, because I guess it has more than one.
Don't linger in there. Move.
And this guy keeps like deking back and forth in front of me. There might be something over on this little ledge. Nope.
Blue fire team, we have friendlies seeking you.
Shouldn't we be able to find them by their PDTs? Don't Marines all have those too? Ooh, he's got a flamethrower turret.
Got anything?
That must be one of the alternate upgrades.
Katanga's critical systems are on the lower decks. If the blue fire team continued to pursue their objective, they would have laid below.
I hear Prowler.
Prowler.
Surprising how well you can tell apart their hiss, considering they all kind of hiss. Nope, nothing tucked away in this closet. Come on, Alpha. Stop playing with the bugs up there.
Watch the outboard wall! We keep bleeding these pendejos, will they burn a hole at the bottom of the hull?
Unlikely. Hive resin is acid.
Stop!
I mean, it would have to be, wouldn't it? Otherwise, anytime a fucking Xenomorph got a cut, they'd be melting a hole in the hive. though the actual acidity of their saliva that they use to make the resin tends to vary from adaptation to adaptation, and some of them they just drool acid. But I mean, even in the movies, that's clearly not the case, because they drool on people's shoulders and people look at it.
Drone, don't let it run!
Wow. Immediately booked it. Alright, good time for an ammo box, because I'm out of ammo. Okay, no health kits. No intel.
Contact forward!
It's like the perfect target-rich environment for a smart gun.
Fucking hell, they just keep throwing bodies at you, you know? Flares go across the catwalks. Keep on them.
Alpha just casually staring at me with his dead eyes as I shoot over your shoulder.
Somebody take the gear.
Okay, there's the crate. How did he even get down there? Oh, there's intel here. Intel on
wants
the
the gear?
UVP. Can you get down there? Oh, you can. Polygonal rifling. Aviator glasses. I was kind of wondering if there were other aviators, considering the only one you can buy from the store is clear.
The console nearby is active. Please patch me in.
Just kind of want to get a close look at that. Pretty decently animated. A little quicker, I think, than they usually go. Also, I've noticed like a weird bug with the daily challenges where some of them will auto-complete if you've done them in the past.
Rearming.
Patching up. Aid kits here. Grabbing ammo.
So, like, I would just, you know, load up the game and it'd be like, oh, you already finished this one, even though it just started like an hour ago. What do we got? Technician. Shoot to kill with heavy. Well, that's what we're doing right now. And 3 missions as dog.
Accessing. Stand by.
Keep the pendejos busy!
Plop one of these down. It kind of makes sense, too, that the Xenomorphs are a lot easier to deal with than this for the Colonial Marines, because in Aliens, they had never encountered the Xenomorphs before, so they didn't know what to avoid. But at this point, they've been aware of them for long enough that they have developed tactics to fight them. Though I'm pretty sure that the whole Earth Hive plotline was not ever made, like, overall canon. Because in the old, like, comic series, or I guess it was a comic series and a book series, there was a point where Earth was basically overrun by Xenomorphs because of Weyland-Yutani. And then the Marines eventually took it back from the bugs. But that's a plotline that only gets referred to in other books that were written in the 90s by whoever had the license at the time. Okay, so the Praetorian kind of has a bulletproof crest as well.
Analysis complete.
Honestly, I kind of wish this game had a model viewer so I could get a close look at some of these. Because it's like, yeah, it's cool to see a Praetorian, but you don't really get a good look at them.
Headed to the core lift next.
Alright, 8 kicks.
I hear more hissing.
Swarm approaching!
Ready to go.
It's a lot of dots. Some of them are coming from behind us.
Blue Fire Team, are you out there?
Hear that?
Prowler? Where would a Prowler be in this straight hallway? On the ceiling behind this ledge. Oh, or right there. Here, I was looking up for it.
Blue Team went that way. Cut it.
I'll cut it.
Ambush! PDT, close. Blue Team!
Okay, now we can see their PDTs.
Molina, we hear you.
Oh, boy.
We're close. One clip.
Must have missed one of the Higgs.
Lot of blood. Hang on, Molina. We're coming.
I think I saw one of them. Yep, pop out. You think that one of the intels would be a scan of the egg itself?
Sentry gun ready.
Private Brzezinski. Dios. Molina's close. All that. Go, go.
I have a return on the final PDT. It is in that room.
They did say we were supposed to be following the flares, and apparently they had a lot of flares on them. Ammo.
Lance Corporal Molina.
Sentry deployed.
I feel like there's got to be one more intel around here.
Sentry gun ready.
Maybe not.
Sentry's ready to go.
Sentry
So
deployed.
close. One fucking hallway. Eyes, top side.
8 kits here.
Honestly, I feel like the flamethrower or the grenade launcher would have been better for this mission, just because of how many they are.
Whoa! Fuck these guys up!
Like right there, that'd be a good place to hit them with the grenade launcher as they're coming down.
Big fucking bug!
Oop, Praetorian.
Hoorah, asshole! ¡Vete a la mierda!
The army.
I mean, they're making this pretty easy on us by just coming down the middle.
One big and hit!
A lot of bursters coming down now, though. Hoorah.
Fireteam, we got updated orders. With blue team down, we're taking over point on this op. Going to scuttle this fucking shitbox. You put the core in an override loop. That means going all the way to the bottom, the heart of the nest.
Where, of course, the queen has set up her egg chamber. Alright, so we get double credits. Flechette SMG. That could be interesting. So yeah, it's nice that it gives you a new weapon every level. Fills out the roster. I've heard from like one person posting about it that only the sniper rifle and the assault rifle are good from the new set, but I don't usually take, one guy's advice on weapon balance. Especially because, like I said, if it gives you a different kind of style of play, then I don't really mind if it's not necessarily the best. Because if they just added weapons that are better than all of the weapons in the game every time, then it completely makes the rest of the loadout irrelevant.
Marine, I heard you found damaged armor aboard Katanga. Huh. That didn't just get sprayed with acid. It got soaked in a puddle. Probably from the corpse of a burster. There's a rich history of poisonous critters on Earth. Dart frogs, rough-skinned newts, the blue-ringed octopus. If a predator takes a bite, they die.
Was she a biologist before she was in the military?
Xenobursters take you don't dare kill it to a new level. Subcutaneous, high-pressure acid bladders that burst on death. It's a perfect example of Xenomorph survival strategy. Doesn't matter if an individual dies, so long as the hive continues. When a burster's killed, it harms the hive's enemies, so they charge in, suicidally close. This is a morph we haven't seen before. It must come out of some species native to LV-895. I can't wait to see what that is.
She's like always the one we go to with, hey, I found a new species. And, she's excited to see what's on here. So clearly she has a biological interest. And that does make more sense, I think, for Xenomorphs to have exploding enemies than most exploding enemies in games. Because a lot of times it's like, why does this random creature explode? what kind of survival strategy is that? But Xenomorphs are a purely eusocial species, so having variants that are just there to kill the hive's enemies make more sense.
A corporate intelligence report. Recent border activity by the Union of Progressive Peoples, a subject of concern to commissars as well. The UPP has been a rival of the United Americas and our nominal allies in the Three-World Empire for much of the last century. There are frequent confrontations with the UPP's space operating forces.
You mean the UPPSOF?
Things were more contained before the high 83 votes of the 50s and 60s. Lack of attention to corporate abuses in the colonies drove many to embrace the UPP's anti-capitalist sentiments. To summarize the current balance of power, we enjoy the most robust industry. Our 3WE allies possess the finest technology, but the UPP has the largest population base. Most Marines refer to UPP forces as proggies. They often call us corporatists.
I'm not sure what the third group on Earth is, the third major power. Alright, so I guess we need to actually talk to this fella down here. Well, we don't have to do the next mission. I think Gray is just wholly optional dialogue trees. But we're going to, of course, because that's how I play these. I'm looking for as much lore as I can get.
Hey, I'm hearing scuttlebutt around the squad bay. Talk that maybe Colonel Ship took this too far. We could have quarantined Katanga, right? Called in more ships? Listen, the Colonel knows about everything people know about Xenos. How they react, how their guts work. She knew that before she joined the Corps. When she was a teenager, she survived a Xeno outbreak. Little outlier colony. You would never heard of it. One thing she'll always hold to. Gotta kill them fast. The longer you wait, the more chance they got to spread.
Now that he's saying that, I'm pretty sure she's from that young adult novel. It's like Alien's Echo or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure her name is Olivia Ship. So, this might have been what happened to her, which would also mean that she was the character that was supposed to go in and deal with Katanga in the canceled comic.
I don't know all the details, and you know what? It ain't my place to ask, but I do know she got a
so that
twin
is her.
sister, Viola. Oh, so the ship went into a goddamn hive to rescue her. That's how she learned some of the shit she know about Xenos, watching close range from inside.
I'm pretty sure her sister is a synth. But yeah, so that explains why she's got the biology interest, is because apparently in that novel, her parents are xenobiologists, so she learned everything she knows from them.
Maybe, but by the time a battle group got here, Wayland Yutani would have their people in system. Executives and dog catcher teams, mercenaries and lawyers. They find something to cite that the Colonel don't got authority to override, Colonial Protection Act or not. Then they swagger aboard Katanga or land on LV-895 and fuck it all up real good. Xenos find ways. They hide, go where humans can't, tight spaces, vacuum, deep cold. Wait for their chance, come when you ain't looking, and don't expect them. Look, just don't go bringing it up with herself. Tu sabe? Colonels ain't in the habit of explaining themselves to grunts. Yo, this just between you and me.
I mean, is he really a grunt, though, if he's a lieutenant? Doesn't that make him a commissioned officer and not a non-com? Anyway, that'll do it for this episode of Aliens Fireteam Elite. Next episode will be the last one for the campaign, and then who knows what we're going to do. I'm probably going to cover this sporadically. Like I said, I'd like to at least do one for the Horde mode, but then we might wait a bit. I'll just kind of play this on my own, keep leveling stuff up, unlocking more attachments, until they add whatever content. I assume there is going to be some, like, new areas, like at least one new level or something for the season, because that would make sense to me. That would be like the end of season thing or whatever, but we'll see. I don't think they've announced what they're going to do when. So until next time, you folks all take care, but look forward to seeing a Xenomorph Queen.